Hello Pantry Purgers. What are we making for lunch today? We're going to use 2 of these organic whole wheat tortillas. I'm going to put the first one in my pan, which I've preheated on about medium-high, closer to the medium side. I'm going to be adding the second one after I put the stuff in. The next thing I'm going to be using is a vegan cheese. Now, you don't need too much of this. Well, it depends how you like it. I mean, you can put as much as you want, but I prefer it to be not too cheesy, so I'm going to go ahead and put, oops. You probably see me touching the pan. Don't touch the pan. My hands, I worked in the restaurant business for a long time, and my fingers are like basically immune to heat, and maybe don't even have much of my fingerprints left because they've been burned off so many times. So I'm just going to put a little bit of cheese because that's how I like it. The next thing I'm going to add in is this delicious portobello mushroom, peppers, and onions that I sauteed yesterday. This is oil-free. As always, I just did it with its own moisture. And I'm going to go ahead and put some of this. I didn't add anything to this when it was sauteing. I didn't add salt or anything, and this is a sweet onion, like a Vidalia, but in our store it's just called a sweet onion. And I had I just used some leftover bell peppers that I happen to have that I sliced up, the rest of a yellow pepper and the rest of a red pepper. And then I had 2 whole portobello mushrooms that I just sliced up. And I let those all cook. That looks so good. Oh my God. These mushrooms are so good. This concoction, just letting it cook in its own juices with the sweet onions, came out so good. The onion, I guess the sweetness of the onions really made it very sweet. So I think that's pretty good. I want to leave some of this for my hubby because he's probably going to want this for lunch. Okay, now I'm going to take the second tortilla and I'm going to put it right on top. And I'm just going to let that sit for a minute while the cheese melts a little bit and everything gets heated through. This was all everything I'm putting in there was in the refrigerator, so it's all cold. So I got to let that get heated through. Once this is finished, I'm going to take it out, put it on a plate, cut it with a pizza cutter, and I'm going to use some guacamole. You can use any kind you like. I'm using holy guacamole. And I'm going to use some salsa. This is just plain old salsa. Chunky mild. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cook a little bit, and then I will flip it over. So now what I do is I just kind of look underneath of it to see how it's doing, and when it looks like a good amount of brownness on the other side of the tortilla, I'm using a nice big turner, and I'm going to use my hands to help flip it over so everything doesn't just come out of it. So you can see it's gotten nice and brown on this side. It looks really, really good. I'm going to let this cook the other side, and then I'll take it out, cut it with a pizza cutter, and then it's going to be a delicious lunch. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. I'm so ready for this. It's going to be so good. So the quesadilla is done, and now we're just going to take our pizza cutter and we're just going to cut it into triangles. There you go. Let me show you what one of these looks like. There you go. And I'm going to put some guacamole on here. And I'm going to put some salsa. And it's going to be yummy, yum, yum, yum. Okay. You should give it a try. Super easy. Everything I used, you can get at the grocery store. Just saute your mushrooms, peppers, and onions. And it'll be delicious.